Blizzard has not just changed Diablo 2 forever, it has injected new life into a well-established game and gave it a fresh breath of air. But was it worth the price tag? Hello YouTube, Liquid Dream here with another episode of my Holy Grail journey. Before we jump into the drops, let's address the elephant in the room. The brand new Warlock class in Diablo 2 Resurrected and the expansion or additional things that came with it. So new look, well, I'm excited. A new class in D2R is huge. But I've got to be honest, I'm disappointed with the price tag. We got new class and some quality of life improvements that, let's face it, were long overdue. No new act though. No new endgame activity. Yeah, we got the Uber Ancients, but the materials to open that portal are farmed passively as we play. It's not like farming keys, getting organs, pushing into Uber Tristram. There's no deliberate grind attached to it. When Diablo 3 released Rise of the Necromancer, we got the class, stash tab, character slot, and price that didn't sting. This one, it feels a bit different. And yes, I know a lot of years have passed since the release of that expansion or addition to Diablo 3, but still, just a new character and a couple of improvements that were overdue, I'm not sure. Now, having said that, I'm hopeful. If the revenue from the returning and new players get reinvested into real content, like rebalancing the 300 plus unique items that currently exist only to tick off a Grail checklist, or even increase the stack cap from 99 to 999, or maybe even infinite, yes, I'm a hoarder, okay, then maybe this is just the beginning. Let me know in the comments, what would you want added to D2R? And do you think the price tag was justified? For now, I'm staying the course. The Warlock is already in hell and dropping uniques left, right and center. But the original 545 item Grail still calls my name. A few characters remain in LOD and we're finishing this properly, right? Now that I get that off my chest, let's get into it. We're back in Durance of Hate, terrorize Mephisto, and honestly he's been generous lately. Now this one's one of those weapons that looks intimidating on paper, big base damage, decent attack speed, yada yada yada. For melee builds leveling through Nightmare it could absolutely slap, but once you reach Hell difficulty the lack of enhanced damage scaling and no meaningful endgame modifiers makes it fall off hard. It's one of those almost weapons. Still, a Grailer is a Grailer, and it's none other than Bone Slayer Blade. Yeah, big potential, right? Another run, another gold beam, and for a second you get hopeful. This one actually has some interesting modifiers, enhanced damage, IS, even some crushing blow, and on paper it screams niche physical builds, maybe a budget Zealot or maybe a Fury Druid stepping into hell. It's just few stats were pushing slightly higher, this could have been something spicy. Instead, it's a collector's piece. Executioner's Justice. Terror Hour continues and Mephisto is absolutely busted. Unique Zweihander hits the ground, and this one screams fire. Massive fire damage added to attack, fire absorb, even a chance to cast Firestorm. The theme is clear, for Fire Claw Druid, or even Meme Enchant Melee Source. You could actually make this work for some fun runs. Look, still statistically, it's a chef's kiss though. It's Todesfell's Flamme. Another German name, I would know because I was born in Germany. This terrorized hour feels endless. An amulet drops. Now this one I don't see very often, and when it drops, you always check the rolls carefully. All res and attributes, and some Iron Maiden business. Look, it's one of those jack of all trades until you find Mara's. Not specialized enough for min-maxing, but for leveling, absolutely. All the way through Nightmare and probably even early Hell. Switching it up, back to the Crypt, and Bonebreaker and his crew, well, it's my mini Pindle, okay? He drops a nice charm, now technically not a Grail item, because we already have that unique, but still, your heart skips, right? -2 enemy resistance is always a nice thing to have. This one here rolls perfectly, and it's, look, a nod from Lady Luck, I'd say. Since Enigma is not the easiest item to be created, shopping for teleport staff is the next best thing. Sometimes I even get lucky and get an amulet with all res and teleport charges, which makes early game a breeze. But once we hit higher levels, the slot is usually reserved for something with +2 skills and faster cast rate. So we go back to the shopping staff, or if you get lucky, you get one of these ones. Now this one has a whopping 69 charges of teleport at level 11, and it's a chef's kiss. It's obviously none other than Naja's Puzzler. Ooh, look at that. Last one for this episode, a unique Myrmidon Greaves. And this is actually useful. +2 to Shadow Discipline skills, faster run walk, some big dexterity boots, solid defense. For assassins, especially kick-ins or trap hybrids. This is a strong endgame option. The dex complements Mac block setup and, it boosts mobility, I guess. And the +2 skill never go out of style. Finally, something that isn't just stash decoration. Well, all too soon, that brings us to the end of another video. Mephisto was absolutely cracked this episode, dropping Boneslayer Blade, Executioner's Justice, and Totus Feather Flame. And then the amulet, the Saracen's Chance, was nice as well. Bonebreaker chipped in, but not as good, I think. Not a bad stretch of Grail progress at all. I was going to showcase my crazy Warlock build, but after seeing how overpowered it feels, and with the new season starting, I wouldn't be surprised if some nerfs are incoming, which honestly wouldn't be the worst thing. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to be added to D2R in future, now that the game is kinda live again. But now, until next time, peace out YouTube, and may Lady Luck be on your side.